Hope everybody
Good
is
morning.
fine. Good, good, good. Well, I also hope that you are able to see the laptop screen wherein we have the detailed document for the summer of the beautiful White House.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
So, generally, we have a procedure to discuss any lesson, a poem, a short story. We first try to talk about that one and try to have some idea about that one by just discussing the background about the other, the background of the lesson, the summary of it, all that. So after having a better idea about that lesson or poem, we will just go through that detailed document. So as to understand that completely and comprehensively. And once you finish going through that document, we will start addressing your concerns, if at all there were any, from the actual lesson. And once they are done, we are exactly at this stage. Once they are done, we will take up a discussion on extract based questions and MCQs. Once they are also done, then we will have a word about the questions, and then you will be supplied with the notebook work. That's how we wind up the literary piece. Now, in this class, we will start addressing your concerns, if at all there were any, and then we will be moving ahead with extract based questions and text based questions as well. I mean MCQs. Okay, so let's give it a start. Are there any concerns for anybody? Did you not understand something?
No,
If
sir.
something was not clear, was something not clear? Was something beyond
Yes,
your
sir.
intelligence, something like that? Is the story picture perfect? Is the story clear to everybody? If the story is pretty clear to everybody, we
Yes,
can,
yes,
yes,
sir.
nothing, no concerns. Fine. So if the story is pretty clear, then we'll take up a discussion on extract based questions. Are you guys ready? Shall we just take up a discussion?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, let's then go to that one. So that is the first extract. It wasn't morning yet, but it was summer, and with daybreak, not many minutes around the corner of the world, it was light enough for me to know I wasn't dreaming. My cousin Maurad was sitting on a beautiful white horse. I struck my head out of the window, rubbed my eyes. Yes, he said in Armenian, the language. It's a horse. You are not dreaming. Make it quick if you want to ride. Oh, can you just take it? Can you remember where it comes? In the beginning of the lesson, in the middle of the lesson, or towards the end of it?
In the beginning, sir.
In the in the beginning of the lesson. Okay, fine. Now look at the question, please. Just go ahead and try to have your own answer.
Sir, D.
It was
It was
evening
evening
time.
time. Which of the following expressions has not been used by the speaker to talk about the time of the day? Daybreak,
D,
not
sir.
many minutes, it was light enough. Yes, of course, it
Evening
was
time.
D. Yeah, it was evening time. Fine. It wasn't morning yet. That's the wrong option, actually. So, which of the following has not been used? Because it's already used. There were some errors, don't worry. It wasn't morning yet. See, it wasn't morning yet. Okay. So, but it was summer, and with the daybreak, not many minutes before, sorry, around the corner of the world, it was light enough for me to know I wasn't dreaming. So, all these words are spoken by the speaker himself. So, he has used it wasn't morning yet. With the daybreak, not many minutes around, it was light enough. So, all that were used by him only. And what was not used by him? It was evening time. It was evening time. Forget about the given answers here. Let's try to test ourselves. I'll just change that, okay? Later on. So it was wrongly typed. Are we clear with the first question and its answer?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Move ahead. Excuse me. Okay, from which chapter the above extract has been taken? It's a very simple thing.
Option number C.
C.
Sir,
Option number
C.
C. Yeah, everybody knows that. Next question comes here. Who was sitting on the R's? Maurad, no one, cousin of the speaker, both A and C.
I
Morad.
think both A and C because
Yeah, go ahead. Because
Sir,
the cousin of the speaker was Morad himself.
that's great. So both A and C. So option D is the right one. Good. Then, what did Maurad say? Let me just hide this one. Okay. What did Maurad say? Yes, it's a horse. You are not dreamy. Make it quick if you want to ride.
option D.
All of the above.
Option D.
All of
Okay,
the above.
option D, all the above. See, I want the boys also to take an active part in this session, please. Right, next one. The phrase, make it quick, has been used in the extract. Which of the following is not correct use of make it? So it is something related to the language. Now see, sorry, the phrase make it quick, make it slow, make it big, make it popular, make it house. Which one
D,
is
sir.
not?
There's nothing like make it
D,
house.
sir.
Yeah, you must not have heard like that. You must have definitely heard make it slow. That means do it slowly. Make it big, make it popular. You must have heard all these three. But you could not have heard make it house, which doesn't make any sense. And there is no such phrase existed in the language. So option D. Now comes next one, please. Nobody could understand where we ever got money enough to keep us with food in our bellies, not even the old men of the family. Most important of all, though, we were famous for our honesty. We had been famous for our honesty for something like 11 centuries, even when we had been the wealthiest family in what we liked to think was the world. We were proud first, honest next. And after that, we believed in right and wrong. None of us would take advantage of anybody in this world, let alone steal. Fine. What was the topmost attribute of the society mentioned in the extract? Being honest?
Being honest.
Being honest.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you quite sure? Just have a thorough check once again. What was the topmost attribute of the society mentioned in the extract? So
Sir,
attribute.
it's being honest.
Wait. So what was the topmost attribute of the society? Okay. Of the society. So find it. See, their personal, assumptions and considerations might be different, but what has been attributed by the society as the topmost one? Being honest. See, here.
Being proud.
Wait. That's on personal considerations, please. See, we were proud first, honest next. That means, according to them, they feel proud first, and then comes honest. I mean, according to their preferences. But what has been attributed to them as the topmost quality by the society, that they were not proud, but they were honest. So, honesty was the topmost attribute of the society. But on a personal grounds, that differs. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Next question, please. Yeah. So that's a wrong thing. In fact, forget about that one. So there are some corrections in it. Sorry if we could see the answer as well. Okay, fine. No issues. Let's analyze that one. Based on the above extract, please classify the following facts or opinion. See, above extract, you need to, based on that only, not on your personal considerations, but based on the extract. You need to differentiate the given 5 statements as facts and opinions. Facts and opinions. So there are 5 statements. And you need to decide which statements are facts, where F stands for facts and O stands for opinions. Now just go through that one. I think we are famous for our honesty. Is it a fact or opinion?
Opinion.
No, it's a fact. It's already been attributed by the society. It's a fact. Okay, so we were aware of our source of income. We are aware.
Opinion.
See, if you just look at this one, nobody could understand where we ever got money enough to keep us with food in our bellies, not even the old men of the family. So it's a kind of opinion, we can say. But of course, it's an exaggerated opinion. Then I think we have never taken advantage of anyone. None of us would take advantage of anybody in the world, let alone steal. So it's a fact, in fact. It is one of the characteristics of them. I hope you agree to that one, if I say that it is a fact.
Yes, sir.
Now, that next one, I believe, excuse me, somebody is seeking permission. Devansh Garg. Okay, next comes, I believe once upon a time, we were rich. Is it a fact or opinion? Let us just look for the things. Here. Most important of all, no, not there. Here. We had been famous for our something 11 centuries, we had been the wealthiest. Yeah. So even when we had been the wealthiest family in what we like to think was the world. So they were not the wealthiest family in true terms. They did not have enough money or more money. They did not enjoy the life to the fullest as far as monetary aspects are concerned. They had been wealthiest, but not in literal terms. They have a different meaning as far as wealth is concerned. So it's a different thing to them, not in literal terms. I think it's an opinion, I feel. So next one, we believed in stealing alone. What is this? Let alone steal. See, that means we believed in stealing alone means we don't believe that somebody stole something from somebody else in the tribe. And that is what it means. Explanation. Is it a fact or opinion? Let me repeat that. We believed in stealing alone means there was no evidence that we stole something from somebody else in our tribe. That is the explanation of it. We believed in stealing alone means they had a strong opinion that they never stole anything from anybody. Is it a fact or opinion?
Opinion.
Are you sure? Sorry, forget about the word used over there, believed. I'm just trying to explain that one. So,
But sir, it can be considered as a fact also because in their tribe no one stole anything.
that's
They were
what I
known for the
want.
honest.
Actually, it's not completely opinion. It's a fact. See, they are being labeled as the honest tribe is a fact. It's a fact that nobody in their tribe took an advantage of anybody in the world anytime in the past. It's a fact. And it is also a fact that nobody could steal anything from somebody in their tribe it is also a fact. So these are all the facts, in fact. But when it comes to their assumptions, their considerations, number one, they have no idea about their source of income. They felt that nobody would know, not even the old men of their family, their opinion. Number two, the belief that they had once been rich is an opinion, because according to them, the meaning to wealth is different. It was not literal wealth, but something beyond that one. Maybe wealthy in mind, wealthy in values, not wealthy in literal terms. And the next thing is, of course, considering that they are proud is also their opinion, not a fact. Had it been a fact, it could have also been approved by the society. Try to understand that. So these are all opinions, and the previous ones are facts. So number one, number three, and number five, they're all facts. And number two and number four are opinions. Are you not convinced?
Sir, not with the fifth one.
Not with the fifth one. See, the problem is that you might get confused with that one. Believed in stealing. They did not believe in stealing alone.
Exactly, the word, the sentence seems like we believed in stealing alone. Like we believed in stealing.
No. Alone is very important. Alone makes all the difference. See, forget that. If you just leave out we believed in stealing, that means they steal something from somebody. I think that is clear.
Yeah.
If you add alone to it, it means they have a strong opinion that they did not steal anything from anybody in their tribe in the past, because they knew what stealing means. So they had a stronger opinion and belief in that they did not steal anything from anybody. So we believed in stealing alone means they had a strong opinion about that one, what a stealing is. See, let alone steal. Let alone steal. When you think that they took no advantage of anybody in the world, then it happens with stealing as well. Because it's a combined sentence, if you see. None of us would take the advantage of anybody in the world, let alone steal. That means not even in stealing. So we know what stealing is, and we believed in stealing alone. So we know what exactly stealing means, and we did not do that as per the context I'm speaking. Any clearer now? Is it any clearer? Still unclear.
But doesn't that mean like we believed in stealing alone? Doesn't that refer to we firmly believed in stealing? Like it should be we did not believe.
Yes, that is what that means. That is what it means. But in the context, it means they did not steal anything from anybody else, right? Do you agree to that?
Yeah, yes, I agree.
Now see, when we say we believed in, okay, let's say, we believed in helping alone. That means, see, we know the meaning of helping and we do it, right? Exactly. We do it, right?
Yes, sir.
So here also they know the meaning of stealing. And according to the context, they don't do it. Let alone steal. Let alone steal means we are not stealing anybody. It is what it means actually. Let alone steal. Now, if you just think like that, let's say they are stealing, then the rest of the lesson and whatever the long list of traits that we have attributed to them will go wrong. They don't make any sense. Do they make any sense over there? Being treated as the honest, Nothing. So surely that won't be a correct statement. Okay, probably the sentence structure might have confused you. All right, but it means they know the meaning of stealing and they did not do it.
Okay.
Right. So with that text, we can just move ahead. Okay. Now this is already seen. We can just say the phrase right and wrong has been used in the extract. Which of the following phrase is not similar to it? Poor and rich, cold and hot, admit and accept. See here, what is the very difference? Answer is very clear. But how do you say that option D is the right one? In which way? Can somebody please explain?
So because in the above three phrases, the words are opposite, like right and left. So admit
Exactly.
and accept are synonyms.
Similar ones. Yes, exactly. So right and wrong, two opposites. Right and left opposite, poor and rich opposite, and cold and hard opposite. While admit and accept are not actually opposite, but they are synonymous. So in that way, we can say option D is the right one. Is it clearer?
Yes, sir.
Now let's move ahead. Okay. For what period the society had been famous for their honesty? 1100 years? More than 1100 years? Less than 1100 years? About 1100 years. Can we just go back to the question once? Say something like 11 centuries. For something like 11 centuries. So, for I think about 11 centuries is the better option. Right? Are you all convinced?
Yes, sir.
Good. Who among the society were aware of their means of income? Everyone? Young men? Old men? Nobody. Who among the society? Please go ahead. I could not hear you, please.
So everyone.
Everyone. Are you sure? Who among the society were aware of their means of income? Who among the society? Nobody could understand where we ever got money enough to keep us with food in our bellies, not even old men of the family. Now, do you still go ahead with everyone?
Nobody actually.
Nobody, sir.
So please just stick to the facts. Okay? Nobody. That's great. Next. So those are all the extracts. Let's have a glance at some of the MCQs as well. Can you all see the MCQs?
Yes, sir.
Well, we'll do one thing. We'll discuss a few MCQs today. All right. And then what we'll do is we will start discussing the competency-based questions in the next class. And in the next class on Thursday, you will be provided with some links for quiz. You need to attend them. And once you are thorough, then you will be given the notebook work. Is that clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Today is Tuesday. Let's discuss a few MCQs. Tomorrow we will discuss competency-based questions. And in order to give one last recap and quick revision of it, like we did it for a photograph, you'll be shared with some of the links. Just attempt those quizzes and share your answers. Those who share their answers on my personal window will be considered as present in my class for that day. And that will happen on Thursday. So then Friday you will be given the notebook work, or Thursday itself with the due time. And then we'll be moving on to any grammar chapter. We have already touched all the literary varieties. Short stories we touched, poems we touched, discussed, and then lessons also we have started. So the only thing is the other parts like reading skills, writing skills, grammar, there are many. And we'll be just focusing on them hereafter. Now see, can somebody let us know the answer for the first one? A.J. Cronin, William Wordsworth, William Shakespeare, and William Saroyan.
William Saroyan.
Okay. Now, which country was he basically from? Basically from William Saroyan. Armenia, of course. But got settled in America. So that is the reason why he has become Armenian American writer. You must have seen Afro-American writers. That means those Africans who got settled in America. Sorry. So, like that, Indo-American writers. See, day before yesterday, one wonder happened. And I must say this. One Indian woman, the second Indian origin woman, made her space flight along with the British billionaire Richard Branson in a spacecraft. Have you heard that news?
Yes, sir.
See, the first Indian origin woman who made space flight was late Kalpana Chawla. She was an Indian origin woman. Okay. And she is the second one who made a space flight along with the British billionaire Richard Branson yesterday. And her name is Sirisha Bandla. And she was from my native state, Andhra Pradesh, Guntur. Sirisha Bandla. Now, why I'm just talking about her? She was an Indo-American. American. So basically from India, but became an American citizen. Do you get the point now? See, they were basically from a different country, but when they just get the citizenship of any other country, then there will be a compound word like this: Armenian American, Afro-American, Indo-American. For that matter, Google and Alphabet CEO Sundar Pichai, a Tamilian who studied in IIT Kharagpur, is also an Indo-American. And Microsoft, Satya Nadella from Anantapur, Andhra Pradesh, Indo-American. You get that point, guys? Armenian American means?
Yes, sir.
So William Saroyan is also an is an American by citizenship, but actually from Armenia. So he has become an Armenian American. So try to understand that one. Now, the second question: what were the hallmarks of the Goroglanian tribe? Trust, honest, both A and B, none of the above.
Both A and B.
Both A and B.
That's great. So, third answer: The Summer of the Beautiful White Hearts is the story of two dash boys. Armenian boys. Fourth one: Maurad enjoyed being dash more than anybody else.
Alive.
Are you sure? Alive?
Alive.
More than enjoyed being alive. See, actually, he is being treated as crazy. That's a different thing. But he really enjoyed being alive more than anybody else. Yes, that's great. What, according to Aurum, was his first longing? Longing means desire, extreme desire. To ride a horse. Okay, not to visit a vineyard or to become rich or to own a horse. So, next question. Why couldn't Aurum believe when he saw Maurad with the horse? Because Maurad was crazy, because they were poor to afford a horse, because he was sleepy, because he was dreaming.
Because they were poor to afford a horse.
Exactly. Of course, Maurad was crazy, but not crazy enough to do such an act. So, in fact, they were very poor. So very poor that they could not afford any horse. And that a beautiful one like that. Now, where did Aurum live? Can I have the answer?
Olive Avenue.
Well, do one thing. This makes the point very clear that you must remember each and every detail of the lesson, mustn't you?
Yes.
So while you're going through the lesson, if you have a physical copy of the lesson, I mean, if you have the textbooks, please make use of textbooks and get get the lines underscored, I mean underlined, wherever you think is important, whatever you think is important, like names of the places, facts, figures, examples, illustration, something like that. Whichever you think is important, you please just get them underlined. Make it a habit, which will really, really, really help you a great deal in best handling the lessons everywhere. In short answer questions, in MCQs, and of course, even in extract based questions. So they will help you a great deal in all these three sectors. So make it a habit of underlining the things as and when you see something important. It can be an example, it can be a name of a place, it can be some statistical figure, anything. So please understand, it can be characteristic traits, anything. So if you have the habit of doing so, then you can best handle TBQs, text-based questions, which are going to be tougher in time to come. So when you give your board examinations, you need to just make yourself thorough with the textual part of class 12. And there are some lengthier stories. Just imagine a story in 26 pages, about 26 pages. Will you be able to remember each and every particular if you simply go through the lesson? Will it be possible? Not
Quite
really.
difficult.
Quite difficult it is. Quite difficult it is. So just make it a habit. And there are actually different ways of ways to remember the things. I'll let you know in time to come. But make sure that you should adapt this kind of habit so that you can get the best out of the lesson or poem or short stories, especially short stories, where we don't pay more attention. And generally we enjoy. We read it for pleasure. Yes, of course, we need to read them for pleasure as well, enjoying the story as well. But at the same time, we need to think about the examination point of view as well. And this is where you need to think. So if you want to give your best correctly, that too, as far as the text-based questions are concerned, then you must do that. So when you come across questions like this, surely you will face difficulty in in arriving at right answer. So please find the need of underlining the things. Okay.
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, the answer is at the edge of
At
the
the
town on
D,
Walnut
D, yes.
Avenue.
Just a moment, please. Just a moment, please. Kachana Chasma. Yes, please go ahead.
Sir,
The
the
answer
answer
would be
is
D.
at the edge of the town of Walnut Avenue.
Walnut Avenue, right? Right. So great, guys. Just a moment. Please give me a moment. I'll just get back to you. In the meantime, please go through those questions, okay? Just go through a set of questions which will be presented on the screen and we will discuss the answers. Just give me a moment, please. Yes, guys, I'm back. Sorry for that disturbance. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So, what's the answer for the eighth question? Magnificent and lovely,
Sir,
beautiful white
beautiful
horse.
white horse.
Both A and B.
Both
Yeah,
ends.
both A and B. In fact, it was described as magnificent and lovely. At the same time, it was a beautiful white horse as well. So we can go ahead with both A and B. For next one, no member of the Gorglanian family could be
A thief.
called
A
a
thief.
thief. That's great. Next, Maurad was considered the natural descendant of his
Uncle.
Uncle.
uncle, B. How would you describe Uncle Khusro? Hot-tempered, irritable, impatient, all the
All
above.
of the above.
All of
Yeah, he is a special kind of species. All the above. Hot-tempered, irritable, and impatient. Can we just know what are his pet words? What his pet words are?
Pay no attention.
It is no harm. Pay no attention to it. Right, next question. What did Uncle Khusro do to stop anyone from talking?
By shouting at them.
By shouting.
Exactly. And that too with the pet words. Pay no attention to it. It is no harm. Or it is no harm. Pay no attention to it. Next, the other three questions as well, please. Then we'll wrap up the session. We still have many other questions as well. This document will be shared with you. Just go through them and try to answer them, okay? So, three more questions. What was Uncle Khusro's customary line?
It's no harm. Pay no attention to it.
Exactly. That's what we have just discussed. It is no harm. Pay no attention to it. Whatever the case may be, whosoever the person may be, whosoever the listener may be, whatever the context may be, he simply uses those two pet lines, sentences, to silence them. He was basically a hot-tempered, irritable, and impatient guy. Right, next question. When Aram rode the horse alone, it ran down the road to the
Vineyard.
Yeah, it jumped over the seventh one, right? Do you remember that one?
Yes.
Well, next one. Maurad had been hiding the horse in a stable, in the barn of a vineyard, at a secret place of his house, none of the above.
In the barn of a vineyard.
in a farm.
Yeah, so they will all, in fact, do you like that? Okay, fine. We'll discuss some more then. We'll just discuss till 20. What was the behavior of the horse initially?
It wanted to run wide.
Are you sure?
Yes, quite sure about it.
Right, that's great. And that is the reason why Aram was given nicely in the beginning. Okay, next one. Then, by the way, how was it when it was written? In John Byro's words, was it any better? The returned horse? See, after the return, John Byro took the horse to pass by Aram's house. And at that time, he spoke about his own horse. How did he feel? The returned horse was the returned horse any better? See, there is no such question over there. I'm asking you as it is in context.
Yes, the horse looked healthier.
So it was better tempered,
Yes.
and he felt that it was better trained as well. So that's what he felt. Nice. Next, 17th question, please. What sort of an understanding did Maurad mention with the horse?
Simple and honest.
Yeah, of course, simple and honest. Not too complicated or matured or difficult. Very good. So you have a good understanding, guys. Okay, then next, John Byro learned to speak Armenian out of.
Loneliness.
So loneliness only. Okay, it's not the necessity, or it's not even fun or eagerness. Fine. What was the true knower of the horse? Sorry, who was the true knower of the horse?
John Byron.
John Byron.
John Byro, the true knower of the horse. That means he knew truly. in the context. And nobody else, no Jorab, nothing. The other two names also. For how long did Murad have the horse before Aram got to know about it?
1 month.
I think 1 month only, right?
1 month.
Yeah, for 1 month. Before Aram got to know about it. That's great. So you can just do the other 10 next if you wish. If the time is up, let me just wrap up the session by taking the attendance. Do not leave the session, please. Okay. So this document along with the extract based ones will be shared with you today. Just finish off the other 10 remaining and along with the extract based questions as well. Just go through that one and get convinced yourself. So I'll also make sure that you'll have some notebook work in the meantime as well. So this document will be shared with you guys, MCQs. Just finish off the other 10. It doesn't take more than 5 minutes. Okay.
So do we have to write this in our notebooks?
No. I'll give a different stuff to write that in notes. Okay, don't worry. Right, it is just to read and understand, just to check yourself. That's it. And on Thursday, we will have some quiz session. It is just to give a quick recap of the lesson. And those who submit their answers for all the quizzes will be considered present. Even if you miss one quiz, I don't consider you present. Is that clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys. Thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
much. Attendance is ready. And you may now leave. Have a good day ahead, all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you and bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.